Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Fiffy, Afieyana anak Wistian, metric number 285548. Cultural tradition or heritage that is inherent or practiced among Malaysia that we choose is vandalism. Vandalism, including cultural vandalism, is an act that involves the intentional destruction or defacement of property, particularly public or cultural property. Vandalism is one of the issues that happen in Malaysia, often done by irresponsible members of society, especially teenagers. Here are some common types of vandalism, which is graffiti, school vandalism, cultural and historical vandalism, and more. Vandalism is considered a criminal offence in Malaysia. It is punishable under the Malaysian Penal Code and can lead to imprisonment, fines, or both. It's unfortunate to hear about this, but even though the law is clear, such incidents occurring in any society to this day, including Malaysia.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nursyazana Syazwani binti Yaakub. My magic number is 284607. Okay. Through time, vandalism or deliberate acts of destruction has occurred through the world at some point or another, causing harms to some of our heritage places. Vandalism can range from graffiti to destruction of monuments, and it is often done out of anger or as a form of protest. It can also be done for financial gain, such as when valuable items are stolen from heritage sites. There is a term called cultural vandalism that refers to damage to the buildings or furnishings that is committed intentionally or maliciously. Cultural vandalism is not only about the destruction of physical objects, but also about erasing cultural and historical values that are attached to them. It is a form of the respect for the past and present cultures, and it is a form of aggression against the collective memory and identity of a peoples. Ideological vandalism is an act of vandalism for a specific cause or purpose. An example would be protesting against rules while at the same time expressing frustration and revenge as well. Instead of simply breaking something or damaging property, ideological vandalism often involves a more symbolic statement. For instance, an example of ideological vandalism could be spray painting a political message on a public building or defacing a statue to express an opinion.
Hello, my name is Muhammad Fauzan and my metric number is 283666 and now I will explain you about the short history of the vandalism. The term of vandalism has appeared when Revolution of France on 1789. The vandalism was recognized by Henry Gruger and he used this term to explain the chaos of the situation at that time. As we know that vandalism is a bad thing, but why people still do that? We know we know that vandalism can make the people in the danger situation. So the three main reasons why the people still do vandalism because the first one is disappointment, angry, and hating. So they will express their expression by destroying the facilities and provocate each other to still attack each other. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Damia Kamilia binti Mokhtar. Metric number is 278119. I will now discuss the impacts of vandalism. First, local people may experience inconvenience as a result of vandalism. The local people might have to wait a long time before they can use the public facilities again once they have been returned from repair and restoration centers because the government would have to face a significant financial load. Repair and restoration of damaged equipment consumes a major portion of national budgets each year. Secondly, vandalism can make people face dangerous situations. The act of removing traffic signs, bending or breaking such as traffic light signage, for example, can be dangerous to other persons, especially to those who are unfamiliar with the area. People may believe that their lives are less safe than they actually are as a result of this.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Mohd Afiq Dhiyauddin and my metric number is 282050. So now I would like to thanks for the previous presenter. Now I would like to continue my part. That is, I want to talk about another impact of vandalism. So first of all, we have negative community perception. So basically, negative community perception focusing on two important aspects. That is, first of all, is the reduced sense of community pride and the fear of escalating violence. So these perceptions are often influenced by various factors, including vandalism and its consequences. So let's go more about these issues and understand their impact. So next is, when community members no longer proud of their surroundings, it hampers their willingness to contribute to the community development and improvement. It becomes a collective responsibility to address vandalism, preserve the integrity of public space, and restore the sense of community pride. Next point is fear of escalating violence. So this is another significant concern arising from negative community perception. That is, fear of escalating violence. While vandalism itself may not involve violence, it can be associated with a potential increase in criminal activities or the presence of gangs within a community. When acts of vandalism become more frequent or widespread, community members may perceive a general increase in crime rates. So this perception can lead to feelings of insecurity and fear, which ultimately impact the overall well-being of the community. So we move on to the last point, that is destruction of artifacts. Vandalism often involves the intentional destruction or damage of artifacts, monuments, statues, or historical buildings. So this action can actually result in the permanent loss of culturally and historically significant objects, and this may lead to erasing important connection to the past. So when this happens, it also will impact the tourism and economy. Why? Because cultural heritage sites often attract tourists, contributing to local economies. So when vandalism can deter visitors, it will lead to the decline in tourism and economic opportunities for the communities that depend on these sites. So in conclusion, all this impact may lead to the loss of cultural value and historical significance.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Nurul Asyiqin binti Hamzah, number matric 277986, where I will present about the way or alternative of vandalism. The way that can be taken to overcome vandalism is to provide a spacious space for them to create or do useful activities. Most of this vandalism is done during leisure time. For this reason, the government should be concerned in ensuring that teenagers become a generation that useful to society, where they should provide infrastructure or facility that can be used by teenagers. For example, a free and well-maintained spot can provide easy access for teenagers to fill their free time with sport activity. If we see from the different angles, they have a good creativity value when doing vandalism in the form of graphic or painting, where the creativity can be channeled in the right direction and it can bring a benefit to them and the local industry.
My name is Leonie Gamad. My matric number is 7769. Artistic intervention and gravity zones are one of the alternatives to reduce vandalism in UAM. Artistic intervention is a creative approach to address the issue of destruction of public and private property. Artistic intervention can be done by creating temporary street art using washable paint, chalk, or other street removable arts. Mirror restoration can also be done by restoring damaged area caused by vandalism by incorporating original concept and adding new elements that contains valuable messages. Gravity zones or legal walls, on the other hand, is a permitted areas that are established by local government, community, or property owners to provide space that allows artistic freedom and redirect graffiti away from unauthorized areas. Legal zones are usually located in public spaces with high visibility for it to be seen and appreciated. It can reduce vandalism as they have been provided an outlet for their artistic expression.